Yo, what's going on, guys? DJS here. Got a random gameplay and an even more random commentary for you guys today. And I'm playing some Modern Warfare 3. Topic of the day is basically relationships and why people settle in the relationships that they're in, especially when they're not happy. It ends up being one of these situations where people just literally get in these relationships that they don't even like the other person that they're with anymore. Yet they're still together, and then they end up some of them even getting engaged and married when there's not a deep connection with that person anymore. And I think it's an interesting topic, and I figured I'd go ahead and cover this. So this might be a little bit for the older people out there. But you know, I've been through my fair share of relationships through the years in high school and college and after. Now I'm happily married and whatnot, and don't have to worry about any of that stuff. When it helps that my wife is extremely good looking, so so that helps out quite a bit as well. But no, seriously though, I think that it's one of these situations where people get into relationships that have no desire to want to stay in that relationship. They're not happy, and I think that's probably the most important part to note is they're not happy, but they cannot get away from the relationships. And I guess my question is why do people do that? I think that there's a lot of reasons. I think that most of the time it ends up being because, and that was a nice little double semtex, I thought. Most of the times it ends up being because of the security of being in a relationship versus from starting over. And I think that's really the main reason people have so many problems just letting go. They don't want to start all over again. They know how it goes. If you guys are single out there trying to find another person, sometimes some people have fun with the single life, but if you're actually looking for a relationship, it can be a real pain trying to pick and choose who you want to have a relationship with, who you want to have as a partner to hang out with, maybe potentially for long-term for marriage and whatnot. So it can be really a really difficult thing to just go ahead and throw away everything that you might have and then start over with somebody else. So I can understand where people are feeling that kind of pressure, but I also think it's a horrible reason for you not to let go, because there's a lot of situations that I know some people that have gotten, especially as somebody that DJs weddings on a regular basis. You know, I get to meet a lot of people, and some of them seem like they're just genuinely happy, and everybody's happy for them to getting married. Other people's maybe not so much. People are just there for the free dinner and the drinks, and they don't really care about the bride and the groom, and there's really not anything. There's the overall vibe of the whole entire wedding where it's just not overly exciting because, I don't know, there's just sometimes people force a relationship even though it's not something that they're really passionate about. So I guess I just don't understand why it's one of these things. There needs to be a better way where you can figure out. Like, I think people have a hard time just letting go, and like I got a buddy that's going through the same thing, and it ends up being, I think, one of the biggest killers for when you're in a relationship that maybe not be working out is trust. I mean, that's the foundation of your relationship, and if you don't have trust with your significant other or a person that you're dating, then there's nowhere to go from there. And you have people that have started relationships and they've started with no trust. Literally no trust, and then they try to formulate a full-on relationship after that and through that, and it just doesn't happen. It's not realistic, and chicks, don't forget, dude. If you screw up and if you end up hanging out with your girlfriend's friend when you guys were sort of not together, and you end up hanging out with her friend or something like that, and you get back together with the girlfriend or something that was considered supposedly a girlfriend, you'll never ever get her back. The trust is broken, and once it's gone, it's gone. You can't get that back. They'll always hold that over your head, and there's just no way for you to redeem yourself from that. So you can do whatever you want to punish yourself. It's just not going to change anything, unfortunately. So I think that I mean, there's people that have gone through, that I know, that have literally gone through and changed their religion because of this sort of issue of just trying to appease the girlfriend or the girlfriend's family, even at that, which is even worse in my opinion. But they've gone through and just tried to do a lot of other things. And why is because they just don't want to start all over again. They don't want to start all over from scratch again, trying to find another girl. It is always a pain in the butt, especially like when you get older. Like, where do you meet chicks? Like nowadays, it's a day and age where you can meet people online. That's great, but it's also really difficult to meet people locally if you go to the bar or something like that. You don't necessarily want to pick up a chick from the bar. It's difficult to meet people, and good people at that, and also at the same point where you are in your life, possibly. Like if you are in the point of your life where you really want to have somebody that has a secure job. I mean, as chicks, I know chicks, it's one of the things that they look for. They want a dude that is self-sufficient and can buy them dinner and stuff, which is ridiculous. But it's true. I mean, they want somebody that's self-sufficient and can kind of handle themselves. Then you have dudes. I mean, you guys should be in the same situation. Like, girl might not necessarily need to be able to have a lot of money or like a high-paying job, but somebody that works at a bar when you're like a business person or something, and you have a career path and they're working as a bartender, it's not the most ideal match in some cases. In some cases, it might work out fine, but really, I think that's when you're a business professional and you have a career path, you want to find somebody that's in line with that. And as you get older, it's a lot more difficult to find all of those things. Also, when you get older, it's really hard to find people without the baggage, and there's a lot of baggage that can come with some of the relationships, and or with some of the future relationships and the relationships people are trying to spawn. I mean, there's tons of baggage, and then you have the kid part of it and everything else. So I think that, I guess, back to the point of the video, it's why do people settle? And I guess leave comments if you guys even, I mean, this is just a really random video for me to even say, but if you guys have friends or whatever that you know that he's not happy with her and she's cheating on him or whatever it might be. But I mean, that's the other thing. That's the thing that gets me the most is chicks that have dudes that have cheated on them like multiple times, and they don't care, and they do care, but they still stay with the guy even though the guy has totally like cheated on them and everything else. I don't understand why. And look at that, I just about died right there. I'm almost on a Moab streak, but I think I ended up dying before I get it. Maybe right here is where I die. No, wow, I lived through that. But yeah, so if you know people that have kind of been through that kind of situation, I guess leave a comment. And I just think that the cheating part of it's the worst when people cheat and the people are tolerant of it and they're like, oh, it won't happen again. It was just one time or something. Like, people really don't get it. I don't know. I don't know what this guy was doing. Oh, he's trying to take down the air support. Anyway, just kind of a funny, not funny, but random topic for the day. I figured I'd touch base on it a little bit. I know I've been in those situations where I've dated chicks that I literally have hated, and I couldn't get them away from me, and I would literally swear at them saying, F off, dude, like, please don't call me ever again, like, you're annoying and gross. And then they'll literally show up at my door an hour and a half later. They'll show up at my door and be like crying, you know. I'd be like why not just hit this one more time or whatever, and then and because then again, like, if I don't hit it, then I don't know when the next time is, and I'm gonna be able to hang out with a chick like that, you know. Like, sometimes that will, I guess, happen, but it just ends up being one of those things that's just bad. You gotta learn how to cut ties, and you'll be more happy than ever if you can just cut ties and let things be the way they are. I'm still on a pretty good streak here. I don't know why I haven't got a Moab or something like that. But yeah, oh yeah, because we ran out of time. That's why I didn't get the Moab. Go figure. Anyway, leave some comments. Let me know what you guys think about this topic, and if you guys want to see more commentaries like this, I can structure them a little bit better going forward. This was just definitely a random one, no notes or anything like that. But anyway, have a good one, and we'll check back tomorrow. Tactic Nuke Tuesday will be tomorrow, and let's plan the rest of my week. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. Later, guys.